Welcome to the Temple of Flame. On today, Big Black Lights, we take a look at this. And what this is, one of the newer crossovers from the Hot Ones. The Ragu crossover with Hot Ones Heat Pack. Well. So, funny story with this is I saw it announced on one of the different food websites that I follow. I don't follow a lot of them, just kind of two main ones these days. And I saw this and it said Kroger. I could not find it in any Krogers. And but it was available the day it became available online. I ordered it. That was in January. I am literally filming this the night before it goes live. So it was March before I got this little number in my hot little hands. And so there's 3 sauces here. Now these are limited edition. These also are, there's ingredients there. We'll get to that. So they're, these aren't pasta sauces per se. And it says that they're inspired by Hot Ones and by the sauces, but the sauces are not included. We've seen this a lot actually from Hot Ones collaborations where it's inspired by a certain hot sauce, but the hot sauce may not appear in there at all. So we're gonna start with fiery garlic, which is the garlic Fresno. We're gonna see if there's garlic Fresno in there. Next, we have Chipotle Blaze, which is meant to go with the Los Calientes Rojo. And finally, the Chile Inferno. We see last time Apollo. I don't believe Apollo is actually in any of these sauces. So I really am kind of baffled by, because Ragu does primarily pasta sauces. Sort of substandard, mediocre ones, if I'm being honest. I've never been a fan of any of theirs. But these are supposedly not that. So let's do a little unboxing. The internet loves that, right? Let's see if I can figure out a way to do it. Hopefully these jars are not broken. They seem to be relatively intact, which I'm kind of surprised by because, oh, these are tiny. Usually the jars so the usual jars of Ragu are about maybe 1.5 of these. So let's take all these out. Like this box is kind of amazing. Did a really good job. Good job, box. Let's put you off to the side while we examine these jars. This is the kind of in-depth, hard-hitting reporting that we like to explore here in the name of thoroughness. Okay, so is there ingredients on here? Okay, so there's ingredients on the boxes. I'm going to read them off of here. So, garlic Fresno. Let's see if there is any Fresno in here. So this, there is. So this, I don't think they use the sauce, but there's guajillos in here as well. Most of the components of the sauce actually seem, is there vinegar? Yeah. So most of the components of the sauce, I feel like they actually made it in here for this one. So the, this one, we may have some of that mild heat. This was a lead-off sauce, of course. This was a sauce in, I believe, both the 4 and the 5 slot in various seasons. The Los Calientes. Oh, this is the Barbacoa. I said rojo, and it's Barbacoa, so I was wrong. Of course, the description in below the video will have accurate information. You're perfectly well aware of how much I hate inaccuracies. So we have habaneros, we have chipotle habanero. A lot of the components as well of that other are in here. Fortunately, there's not actual onions, but onion powder. So this one, maybe a bit safe. So I'm going to be doing a lot. This might be a lengthy video, actually. I'm treating these as if they're all Italian style sauces, first and foremost. But I also am going to try to see if which of these, if any, is going to be kind of interesting for me to try to make a lasagna out of. So that's kind of what I'm testing here. All right. So last but not least, of course, the last dab Apollo is the and we have scorpion. So okay, so that one's broken. There's no Apollo in here. We have habanero, we have scorpion. And we have this one, seems like it's going to be another sort of Italian one. So this one may be, so where it has the chipotle in there, it might be getting away from the pasta sauce a little bit. Whereas I think the fiery garlic and the Chile Inferno will probably be pretty much on the mark for that. So let's crack these open. Have a look at it. This is the fiery garlic. Looks more or less like, has a very odd odor to it. That one has got the red of what I would say is probably pasta sauce. Oops. Why am I showing you the lid? This one looks the same. Oh, definitely does not smell the same. This one smells very heavily of chipotle. And this one is the one I was really curious about. And this one smells like a regular pasta. This one actually smells the most normal. The Chile Inferno. So let's get some here in our white spoons. Because yes, I will be doing the usual stuff here. I need a way to be a little bit less gruesome with this. Okay, so here is the fiery garlic. Very red. Very vibrant. We'll, let's see. Actually, let's do it this way. We'll just put it in front of, why don't you guys back on up here? Okay, put that one there. And let's get us another paper towel. And get us a little bit of this Chipotle Blaze. And try to this is a little bit darker of a red, as you might expect. We'll try to compare these all against each other and just see how it goes. And this is here is the Inferno. It definitely these act like pasta sauce. I don't know why they call them cooking sauces, but so this one seems to be slightly more brownish to me. Very close, though. These are all very similar to each other. I don't want this on the table. Okay, the whole point of me doing this was not to get it on the table. Stupid spoon. Great. Okay. So there we go. They're all lined up. Pretty maids all in a row. And let's see here. So we go from that red to slightly darker red to, I guess, mostly red, very slightly brown, but not a lot. Yeah, I mean, they look more similar than not. even if you look at them in the jars, they look more similar than not. So I'm just going to jump right in, and we're just going to try these all solo head to head. So we're going to start with the fiery garlic. How utterly bizarre. Okay. Yeah, it's kind of a garlic forward pasta sauce-esque vibe. I wouldn't say it's great. It actually isn't, I don't think, super distant from Ragu. I didn't expect that any of these would be super distant from Ragu, but all right, next we're going to go with the, I suppose I should actually, so this is fiery garlic, except it's not fiery. This is Chipotle Blaze from the Hot Ones Barbacoa. Give that a whack. That has a bit of a funky vibe to it. Ooh, yeah, don't love that one. This one definitely tastes more like there's a hot sauce in there than this one does. Okay, last but not least, so, actually, I guess I should comment on the heat. There is none. Okay, so now we're going to go to the Chile Inferno, which has a picture of Apollo on the label with no Apollo pepper. Instead, there's scorpion. I don't know what the arrangement with smoking egg curry is, but I hope you get some money off of this. This is kind of a travesty. Like, I'm not a huge fan of Apollo peppers, but replacing that with scorpion, I'm sure they're not trying to be insulting. I'm sure they have a really good working relationship. Anyway, this is the Chile Inferno. Oh, God. I was wondering how scorpions would work in that setting, and boy, I've got that answered. So this one does have heat, very modest amounts of it. None of these are particularly blazing. Actually, these two don't really have heat to speak of. Okay, how am I going to do this? I don't know about the decision to throw scorpion out like that. I don't know about that. I think this would have been better off actually with Apollo. But you know, I kind of felt that that Hot Ones is just becoming more of a like a merchandising juggernaut than almost anything else. And so I don't necessarily expect a lot out of the products from them. I've done a lot of them. There's a Hot Ones playlist dedicated to me doing every single Hot Ones tie-in product I could find. I could get my grubby little hands on. So here's what we're going to do. We are going to torment myself. That one has a weird sweetness to it I don't like. Right. This one is just really odd. I don't understand what they were trying to do with this one. It is so strange. They're all kind of wacky. All right, so I went to... I'm going to treat these like they're Italian sauces, okay? So I went to Little Caesars and I got some crazy bread. And I got these, which are these... Uh-oh. These are supposed to be pepperoni puffs. I think they gave me bacon. Boy, that's going to suck if that's what they did. Let me find out. They're bacon. Do they have this icky cheese in the middle? Yeah. Damn it. I did these for a different video, and I didn't like them because of that cheese in the middle. And I asked for pepperoni. This fucking guy. Clearly it's not Mark Pepper. God. I guess I just need to check everything in the store now. Here's what. I'll tell you what. Goddamn fast food places. Why don't I do this? Why don't I just come into your fucking kitchens and make it myself? Alright, that aside. There's a pretty dramatic flavor difference between these. I will say that. This reminds me of those, I did the ramen noodle cups. And it's not so much a matter of which one do I like more, it is which do I dislike least. That's really kind of where this is going. So that'll be the next question is which one of these will you try to fix for the lasagna? Maybe what I'll do is I'll combine them all. Actually, I mean, you don't start off with anything particularly great or even good. When you start with Ragu, I kind of put you where you won't be in the way. Come on here. Well, you move. There. I want this pretty box in the shot. Come on. Oh. All right, maybe there. How about there? Okay. Okay. Despite this one being kind of odd and being Chipotle, it actually is pretty good on pizza. Comparatively. I shouldn't say pretty good. Less disgusting. As much as I love the garlic Fresno classic, I would never, ever try to put it in with Italian type food. This one, there's a bit of a richness to it. It's kind of what you need. So I got the crazy bread and I got these puffs because there's no sauce. So I'm not competing with the Little Caesars sauce, which is, by the way, putrid. This is the sauce. I waited over 2 months for this. Well, right around 2 months. Okay, let's see how the Inferno goes. No heat, by the way, in these two. Scorpion was the wrong pepper to use. It just doesn't work here. It's just got these really shitty floral notes to it. At the end, I am going to try to mix them all together, though. And to see how that works. Depending on how much of this I use up. Well, you know what? I'll just pour them all into one. I don't care. Okay. Look. First of all, if you're not going to use Apollo, why is it on the label? It tastes nothing like Apollo. Why not put the Last Dab Reaper edition on there and use Reapers? Reaper will work better with that bit of fruitiness it has in it with the tomatoes. Or Ghosties. I personally think you can put Ghosties, if you're competent, if you're skilled, you put Ghosties damn near anywhere. Use Ghosties. Or hell, just use the Apollo if that's what you want to use. Scorpion? Ugh. Oh boy, there's a lot of these. Holy moly. There is, wow, there's a lot. Let's see, how many do I have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I guess there's like 7 of them. 7 of these flaccid things. Well, just try to eat them all. We'll just see what happens. God. I'm not a fan of these. I think they have a sort of a funky flavor to them, which is really not helped by this sauce. I think this is a sauce I'm kind of circling around using as a base. I'm not gonna torture everyone by eating this entire bag. There's just too many in there. Too many substandard, crappy breadsticks. All right. So, this one is kind of dismal, honestly. No heat, and the flavor is, it's just not very good. The idea, so, challenge your friends. Take your recipes to the next level. So sure, like sometimes friends do that. They'll have cook-offs and things like that. But your hat, what you should do if you want to win is give your friends this so you can handicap them. All right. It has an odd flavor. So far, I'm impressed the most with this one. It is just, I think we're having a conflict here with the habaneros and 1 or 2 of the other spices. It's just got an oddness of flavor. I like the idea of Chipotle, though. So, no heat for this one. No heat for this one. This one does have a richness. It's a flavor you have to get used to. It's not good out of the gate. It's quite jarring, but there's a depth of flavor here. And this one, almost by default, is the best one as far as flavor. Just honestly, it's not because it's that good. It's just because these two are hideous. They're awful. They're not good sauces at all. This one it's kind of funky, you know, because you got some of the astringent, like that classic garlic Fresno is a very astringent sauce, and that regrettably is translated a bit here. All right, let's get this doggerel out of the way. Oh my God, there's so many of these. Oh, why did I want this for dinner? There's like 9 breadsticks in here. I mean, you get a lot of stuff. You get a lot of stuff. Like this whole thing cost me about $10. $10 in food and about $10, I think, in sauces, something like that. Okay. Chile Inferno. Maybe it'll be better on breadsticks. I don't see how, but maybe. This one actually kind of irritates me. Like, okay. I was really curious to see how Apollo would work there when I saw a label. Now I see Scorpion. Scorpion flatly doesn't work here. It's way too forward of a taste. Heat-wise is maybe a 1. But Scorpion is so far forward in the flavor, it's just like, ah. You get, actually maybe a 1.5 even. You get these floral notes and a super hot bitter, and it just sucks. It's terrible. This is the hottest, easily. And these two don't have heat to speak of. I don't think I'm actually going to use this in my lasagna. I've got powders that will taste probably pretty good. I got some nice habanero flakes that will probably taste pretty good. I just don't know that I want to deal with this anymore. By far the worst tasting one of all of them. Okay, let's get us a spoon. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to gussy up the middle one. Let's get some of this crap in there too. See, let's see if we can disguise the taste of these filthy scorpions. You know, sometimes I see these come out and I'm like, does anybody taste any of this before they send it to market? Or you guys just come up with labels first and then go, oh, I guess we should have something to throw in the bottles. I'm really, really curious how that goes. Because I can't imagine, like this one maybe. I can't imagine though, these other two, somebody tasted this and went, oh yeah, that's it. This one could have been good though, because Fresnos are dynamite. Like they are just a very tasty pepper. But it's too astringent. That's the main issue with that one. All right, let's see how that worked. All right, so good news is that actually the flavor is described fairly well. That's good. Better than I expected anyway. This Barbacoa is a fairly forceful flavor. It's just, it's got a weird, odd sort of sweetness to it that I don't like particularly, but I shouldn't, yeah, I don't like it particularly. It's just kind of odd. It's not, it's better than these two, but that's not saying much. Okay, I'll put a little bit more in there. Still not getting any scorpion flavor. So, let's just throw some more in. So here's my here's why I'm wasting time with this. All right, we're getting a little bit of heat now too. That's good. So this little ass bottle, I don't think is going to be enough to make me a good lasagna sauce. It just isn't enough. And I didn't buy any tomato sauce because I knew I had these. And I will, of course, probably put a pit. Well, of course, not of course, but if it's worthwhile at all, I will put up a picture in my community tab, as I want to do occasionally. But I need to find a way to stretch the sauce potentially, and it won't be with this because this doesn't have heat. All right, let's see how this is now. Okay. Hey, all right. You know what? Not bad. It balances the sauces a bit, actually. So you have this weird, almost sort of cloyiness in this one, which is actually balanced out super well by the exact same tones that I hated in this one. And realistically, I probably could have done it with this as well, but this doesn't have any heat. And I want a little punchiness in this lasagna. Am I gonna throw in those habanero flakes also? Yeah, probably. Okay, well, we're all said and done here. So the box goes hot, hotter, hottest. See it right there? Probably, maybe. So this isn't hot. The fiery garlic is not good either. I did not find this to be particularly enjoyable. It's very, very astringent. It does not have heat to speak of, period. And it just... I think there's a reason that sometimes Italian foods are difficult to pair sauces with. They're very... Italian flavors are fairly strong. And if you try to pair them with what is essentially a Louisiana-style cayenne, well, it's not cayenne, it's that style, but it's Fresno and garlic. The sauce is super good with meats, but you need a certain richness in there as well to kind of accompany that. Otherwise, you just get... I'm just not a big fan of astringent pasta sauces or tomato sauces or what have you. This one, the Barbacoa, so this is fiery garlic. This one's Chipotle Blaze. Idiotic name to call it. No heat at all in there. This one is the best flavor by default just because there's a lot going on and a lot of it I actually don't like. But it does have a richness and sort of a fullness that I can't quite deny. The way that they paired this, though, I don't think this sauce works especially well either in this context. So this one, flavor wins by default, but like literally that, just because these other two are so piss poor awful. Last, in terms of flavor, this is the worst flavored. The Chile Inferno. And everything about this kind of irritates me. They should not have used Scorpion. That was a mistake. Apollo on the label, but no Apollo in the jar. Dumb, as far as I'm concerned. This is the definitely the hotter of them, though. So I'd put this somewhere between a 1 and a 2 on my scale, which is actually kind of surprising. I didn't think they were going to go quite that high. But it is a very unpleasant way to get to that kind of heat. Scorpion is... You could not have picked the worst pepper to try to put here. And there's the Scorpion right there. So, when I make the lasagna, it'll be with this. And then I'll use this as the stretch sauce as much as I need to. This is either going to get binned or given away, almost certainly. Another Hot Ones tie-in product that I am deeply, I shouldn't say deeply, I'm foundationally disappointed in. It just, I don't understand why this exists or who it's for, I guess. You know, like Ragu is not known, I think, for top quality anything. Like, I don't think people buy it for that reason. I think they buy it because it's cheap spaghetti sauce. So I don't feel like Ragu has ever made anything that I really liked or that even has ever been any good particularly. And I just don't see what they were trying to do other than just slapping the Hot Ones on another product. And at this point, why? Like, why not make something meaningful, I guess? I would say a lot of the collabs, you can check out the playlist, probably don't rise to that standard. This one certainly doesn't, and we'll just leave it right there. So that was the Ragu crossover collaboration with Hot Ones, the Heat Pack, featuring Fiery Garlic, featuring Chipotle Blaze, featuring Chile Inferno. Maybe they'll be different after I cook them into a lasagna and add a bunch of other stuff. I don't know. Check the community post. Just check my community post feed, I guess, if you're interested. But that's going to do it for this time out. Now go forward in peace to serve the flame.